Welcome back there, blade lovers. This old sword's with you once again. And I've got a brand new off-grid knife. Just came out. I was introduced to it from the Knife Junkie show and Bob DeMarco. And I got it through his link. And I would suggest that if you'd like to help out the Knife Junkie channel. There is a link to Off Grid where he benefits a little bit from the sale, and you get the knife at the same price, but you help him out. So that's what I did. And this is the Stinger XL. This is another in a large series of folders from Off Grid. And I think it's one of my favorites so far. It is a good size knife. There is the blade in my hand. This one, the choice was a tan handle or a black. And the tan handle came through with kind of a grayish stonewash finish. The steel is 154 cm on these big boys. This one and the Enforcer XL. And a few others are coming through now in 154 cm rather than the 440, I think, and some of the other steels of the original knives. And this is a bayonet ground spear point blade with good jimping. So although it is a double ground blade, you can effectively use this for EDC chores. Comes through blazing sharp. And it is a heavy knife, no way around that. Even though we are weight relieved on the inside. See if I can show you that. There we go. You can see those holes on both sides? No, let's see. Just on the one side. Got 3 large cutouts milled into the show side of the knife. We're going to weigh it up in a moment. Got some nice accents here and some nice contouring of the handle, unlike some of the other large knives or even smaller knives from Off Grid. This is done in a very, I think, classy sort of a way for a large, heavy knife. Deep carry clip. We got a milled out 3-hole, 3-screw flathead attachment point on the non-used side. Take that out, switch the clip over. I don't believe I've run into a knife before with such a short clip with 3 screw holes. That is not coming off of there accidentally. And you can see that there's no hang up. This goes in and out of the pocket perfectly, and there's plenty of tension on that clip to hold it in the pocket. So I like that. Lots of handle, lots of blade. Let's check the action out. Oh, drop shut. And a bit of a stiff detent, but that's good for a large blade because I can't shake that out. And you're going to find that it's not going to fail. It breaks free. Oh, hit my background. Breaks free just like that. Beautiful stonewash, grayish finish. Off-grid symbol there. And a very small and discreet 154 cm there. It says 154 cm Crucible. Now that's interesting because usually the CPM, which is Crucible's powder metallurgy, comes before the 154. So what I'm wondering here, and it's not made clear through the designation, is whether this is really CPM 154 and not 154 cm. So that's an interesting marker there. If you happen to know, let me know, and I'll reach out to the company and see if I can find out and add that into the notes at a later date if I find out that that is the case. We'll call it 154 cm for now. And the CM is Crucible at any point, any way. So I like those 3 little hash marks they got there, 4 little grooves. Gives you a good sticking point there, right about where your index finger falls, whether it's in the left or the right hand. So a little extra jimping, sort of. And a really nicely done G10. I mean, that's a beautiful G10. No voids, no gaps, although you really get that more on carbon fiber. Black screws. And it comes in a nice box. You can always tell what the knife is from the outside of the box with off-grid. No doubt about it. What do we get inside? No microfiber cloth. Get like a little plastic piece there with the knife falls on. But I don't recall getting any microfiber cloths. Nope. With this particular knife. Maybe they save a buck or two. Maybe they feel it's a rugged knife. You don't need to wipe it down that often. Plus, we've got so many other microfiber cloths, right? All right. Instead of yammering on, let me get some measurements here. Okay. 9 and we'll call it like a 9.3 overall. Wow. And actually just a tiny bit over 4 inches if I measure right to the point of the handle, and a little over on the cutting edge. So that's impressive. Actually larger than 4 inches, technically. Handle width in inches, 0.60, as you'd expect with off-grid, bigger knives. 0.15 on the blade thickness, which translates to, should be 4 millimeters. Come on. I'm not going to make you be 4 millimeters. Not getting a good, accurate measurement. I'm going to call it 4 millimeters because that's what 0.15 is, to the best of my knowledge. Okay. Well, here's where we're going to go a bit overboard. On the weigh-in, there's not going to be a light knife. And if you like light knives, this may not be the one for you. 7.15 ounces. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you can feel it as soon as you pick the knife up. Feels like a fair amount of dead weight there. Once you open it up, it has a nice balance, actually. Right about, come on, right about there. Just to the back of the finger groove. And speaking of that handle, it's very comfortable. Big, long, broad swale there, and a big finger groove. Interesting thing is, depending upon where you're holding it, if you're holding it back a little bit, your finger fits right in there. If you choke up tight, your middle finger may end up right on that hump, but it is not uncomfortable, you know. Wide handle, tall blade, and again, that famous off-grid drop shut action. If we compare it to the Enforcer XL, that Warney sort of reverse Tonto-ish kind of knife, this is in the Red Dawn special edition with that red and black G10, heavily checkered, I would call it. Very, very, very grippy on that one. These knives, by the way, are both made by Bestech. And this one's got the glass breaker on the end, easily removable by threading it out, by the way. And that's a blacked out blade and whatnot. If we line up the pommels, they're just about the same length. They are the same length, except you got this little bit of extra here with that glass breaker. Well, for a radical change here, we have the Viper. And the Viper is a tiny guy by comparison. It's only like a 3.2 inch blade. So snugging it up there, you can see much smaller blade. So if you like something lightweight and convenient, this is a neat knife. I did a review on it. As you can see, it mostly fits in my hand. It's not tiny, but it is EDC friendly. Not that large knives aren't EDC friendly. You can see the action on that is also very drop shutty. If we compare it to Benchmade Griptilian, you can see that it is definitely larger than the Griptilian. And if we compare it to the Ontario Rat 1, it is definitely an inch longer overall than that knife. So, do we have a big knife here? Yes, we do. Is it useful? Absolutely. Can I find some paper? Absolutely. Let's do a little sharp test on it here. Laser. These come through with an excellent edge. So you got a big knife that's like a razor blade. Somebody asked me after seeing the video premiere on this one that I posted, should we start calling these folding pocket swords or folding swords? I think I would do that for a lot of the cold steel knives. But although this is big, and especially in the handle, I don't think we're quite there yet. I've got a number of 4-inch knives, but these off-grids just tend to be massive. They tend to be maybe a bit overstated. It's really up to you. Got a 4mm blade stock. We got a 9 1/4 inch thereabouts overall length, 4-inch blade over, and a good usable edge that's still kind of slicey, you know. This finish is very smooth, not as slick as something like the nickel boron that you get with Kel knives, but definitely a slick coating. And we're going to find out if it is 154 cm or CPM 154. I'm leaning towards it being 154 cm. 154 cm Crucible, not sure. It is made by Crucible. Maybe that's the point. Well, let me know what you think of the Stinger XL. I think it's an amazing new knife, and it's coming in under $100. So I'll give you the link to Off-Grid's site, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to pick one up or not. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You'll be notified of all the new vids and other things coming out. When I hit 5,000 subscribers, there's going to be a giveaway, so that's coming up not too far away. Catch you soon.